After a thrilling beat-the-clock-to-win in Week 1, Ohio football is set for Week 2 and the Kentucky Wildcats. But before that, let's slice up the Solich Show for you. Hi, everybody. I'm Russ Eisenstein, the voice of the Bobcats. Welcome inside Donato's. Tuesday, because of Labor Day week, we visited with the head coach of the Bobcats for the Frank Solich Show on our radio network. How about Week 1? Josiah Yazdani from 44 yards away as time expired to win 17-14 over Kent State. So the Cats are 1-0. They're 1-0 in the Mid-American Conference. Kentucky's 1-0 after their win over UT Martin this past Saturday. The Wildcats much better this year than they were last year and much better than they've been in recent years. Remember, Ohio won the last time out down at Commonwealth in 2004. Our radio network coverage will start on Thursday with Bobcat Road Trip live from Commonwealth Stadium from 6 until 7 o'clock on many stations on our network. Then our game coverage starts at 2:30 with the kick at 3:30, Ohio and the UK Wildcats. But before all of that, we sliced up the Solich radio show. Here you go on Bobcat TV. Talk about your thought process on that drive and leading up to the kick that eventually won the game for you.
Well, there was no question in our mind that that distance was a very good distance for Josiah.
44 yards.
Yeah, in terms of it, it's not straining him to kick a 44-yard field goal. So as we were approaching that, we got very, very comfortable. And after the kick, I can tell you we should have been okay at 60 yards because that ball was amazingly high in the air and carried a great deal past the field goal bars. And so, I don't know what his distance is right now.
How do you as a head coach handle your kicker in those icing situations? Do you talk to him? Do you tell a joke? Do you just leave him go? What do you do?
It depends upon the player. With Josiah, there's no sense talking to him. You'll be kind of talking to yourself. He's very focused and very confident in what he's all about. So you don't have to worry about him getting rattled. And as you saw it, the second after the first time out, he kicked through the second one and actually made that field goal too.
Right.
And I thought that was very smart of them to just get like a practice swing in, like a golfer. That's what they decided to do if they called another timeout. So they were prepared for timeouts. They knew that very likely they could come. But the thing that you got to be very careful of is you can all of a sudden be thinking as a kicker, okay, they're going to call timeout, and then you just go through the motions of kicking the ball, and they don't call the timeout.
Yeah.
And so those got to be live steps, and they were very smart on how they handled it.
Talk about his ability to command the offense for you in starting fashion now.
Yeah, he's first of all, he's a very athletic player. He's got a good arm, so he's capable of really developing into a very good passer, which I think he is developing into, and then he has the ability to be an excellent runner. He's got good speed, really good quickness. Was a really top-notch basketball player coming out of high school as well as a football player. So he has a lot of skill, and that skill is now starting to be displayed because he has good knowledge of our offense, and so he's able to execute now at a high level. He's a confident player. And is showing now to be able to play with poise. And I think that's one thing that's maybe helped him has been the fact that that he was elected captain, And when you're elected captain, there's a lot of qualities that you got to start showing. And I think he's taken that job very, very seriously and has taken the quarterback position very, very seriously and developing into a very good quarterback.
Your initial thoughts on what you see from Mark Stoops' Kentucky Wildcats in 2014.
Well, he's recruited very well, as you had mentioned at the early part of the show, and so they really have excellent athletes, and you look at them on film, and they're an explosive football team, on both sides of the ball, and they're big athletic guys, and so they're getting to look more and more like a true SEC football team, and so he's done a great job there.